From a woman who loses her expensive wig during an amusement park ride, to a girl who realizes for the first time that she really hates roller coasters.
No! No! Oh my God, no!
The moments you're about to see are ridiculous enough to arouse your emotions. First though, let's look at the courage you need to ride on a bungee jump. If you've never seen a man scared to the nerve, then you got to watch this footage. This guy wanted to enjoy bungee jumping at the world's highest bungee jump bridge in South Africa, but he was too scared to do the jump. Eventually, after several minutes of encouragement, he took a leap of faith and did the jump. God, I never knew bungee jumping could be so scary.
Stand up straight, man. Stand up straight, Michael. Come, let's go.
When a ride starts this way, well, nobody gets scared. But when it gets to a level where you're literally hanging in the air, now that's a different story altogether. Honestly, AdLab's Imagica should be ranked among the deadliest roller coasters in India. When they tell you amusement park rides are not for the faint of heart, you have to believe them, because nobody is there to come for your help when you're up there on the ride, however much you scream. And the experience these two ladies went through is just proof. While on the ride, the lady on the right passes out multiple times, and even her expensive wig is blown away by the wind. Their countless screams and calls for help landed on deaf ears. Well, after this experience, I'm not sure if these ladies will ever get back on a slingshot again. I normally tell people to be careful what they wish for, because I know for sure most of the time things don't go as per our expectations. And probably what this 9-year-old girl went through can teach you one unforgettable life lesson. Molly and her father went out to enjoy a slingshot at a theme park, but it seems the young girl didn't know how terrifying the ride would be. And as soon as their cage is launched and the two go flying, Molly lets out several screams before fainting on several accounts. Indeed, this was an adrenaline-filled moment that calls for courage.
Oh, he's go down.
These girls were successfully launched into the air on a slingshot, but the least they expected was to meet a seagull mid-air. But that's exactly what happened. Immediately after the slingshot is airborne, a seagull suddenly flies in their path, smacking the girl on the right in the face. The girl was so scared, but managed to gather the courage to pull out the gull and throw it away. If that isn't enough to scare you out of amusement park rides, then how about this? Just listen to the reaction and tell me if you've got the courage to dare a ride of that nature. This 19-year-old was enjoying a bungee jump at the Ventura County Fair when suddenly the jump malfunctioned, leaving him dangling in the air. Ideally, once you jump, the ride operator can choose to lower you down slowly or pull you back to the cage, but all these options were not possible. He was so terrified and left hanging for 40 minutes as the management looked for an alternative way to rescue him. Luckily, he was safely rescued and refunded the $40 fee he paid. This man is already scared of water slides, and so when his wife asked him to give it a try, he had no other choice but to show his courage. Knowing full well how scary the slide is, he took it with a strong heart. But despite his efforts to keep strong, he could not hold the scream. Take a look. When you go out with your friends to ride on a roller coaster, you gotta be careful whom you include on the team, because some people are pretty scared of such rides, including men. Like this guy who got overwhelmed by the height of a roller coaster and kept screaming and passing out during the ride. Indeed, roller coasters are not for everyone.
Nie boisz się, tak?
Nie boisz się?
Ja chcę wysiąść.
Ale jak
Ja
to?
chcę wysiąść.
Nothing to Exhibitions!
We all desire to conquer our fears, but I can tell you it's not always fun. I mean, when you find a man desperately shouting for help like a baby, then you can tell fighting your fears is tough. This man desperately wanted to conquer his fear of heights, but he didn't want to do it gradually. So he accepted the challenge by going on the world's tallest swing ride, but as you can tell, it was an experience of regret. This kid was just watching rides at a theme park, but the last thing he expected was getting splashed. God, look at that! Seems the water came with a huge force, enough to knock the kid to the ground. The water slide is one of the best rides you can do when you're on a getaway, but when you're blessed with an abundance of flesh, beware, this ride can be dangerous. Look at how this fleshy woman is violently flung into the air before landing in the water with a thud.
Yeah! Big mama!
This guy wanted to break the rule of not eating on a roller coaster, and so he carried with him some junk food on the ride. But he learned the hard way that rules must be respected. All the food started spilling on him as he tried to eat in the middle of the ride. Indeed, rules are set to be followed for a reason. Honestly, this guy must be the luckiest guy in the world. While jumping on a theme park bridge hanging 300 meters above the ground, his safety cord falls off, leaving him in danger. Luckily, he had already reached the platform. And now it's time for our best pick. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. If you come across some weird-looking image on the net, please send it to us and we might even feature it in our next video. The image shows a lady who seems scared moments before she rides on a drop water slide. The image was taken at Orlando's new water slide, which is considered the highest and scariest of all. Indeed, this lady had all the reasons to get scared, because you can never tell the expectations, especially when you're going down the tallest water slide. This girl thought the ride was going to be merry, and she is seen smiling just before the ride, but maybe she didn't know what was awaiting her. Immediately, the roller coaster starts moving. She realizes against her expectation that the roller coaster is not her thing. Look at how she gets scared and starts screaming, but this is just the beginning. The more the ride advances, the more it gets scary. Honestly, this girl is not returning to a roller coaster ever again for the rest of her life. Thanks for watching.
Here, tell her we're doing.